Body scan. The idea is to mobilize each joint in the body and take it through a pain-free full range of motion. The reasons that we do that, well, it's long-term joint health. By taking the joint through a full range of motion, we're circulating the synovial fluid along the joint capsule, and that's going to keep the joint healthier for longer. Another reason is that we're using it as a warm-up to activate the muscles to make sure that we don't pull a muscle as we move into our strength exercise or into our stretching, whatever happens to be coming next. Another reason that we're doing it is to assess the body, to scan the body to see, do I have any movement restrictions or any pain? And if so, I want to work a range of motion which is not negatively affecting either of those, but also I want to expand my range of motion through these exercises so that the pain or the joint restriction are minimized in their impact in our life. So enough talk, let's get started on this. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a top-down approach. We're going to start on the neck. To start on the neck, I want to take my head as far as I can to the left. Now, if I could do the exorcist and rotate my head around, I would, okay? But I can't. I can go about that far without pain or movement restriction, and that's pretty good. Now I'm going to go back the other way, okay? Now the problem with this is, if I do that really hard and hold those positions, I can kind of lock the muscles a little bit tense. So I want to make sure it's soft, gentle, easy movements, left and right, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing up and down. Soft, gentle, full range of motion, easy movements, assessing to see if there's any pain or movement restrictions, but hoping not to. Now I'm going to roll the head forward, so ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, and roll the head to the side, chin to shoulder, chin to chest, chin to shoulder. So that's our neck assessed, okay? It's all loosened up, it's all ready to rock for whatever we happen to be doing next. Now I'm going to go to my shoulders. So I'm going to do arm circles forwards, nice, soft, gentle, easy movements, and arm circles back. Now let's say if I lift my arm here, it hurts. What I want you to do is to bring your arm below that point. So there should be no pain during our body scan, all right? So if I can't raise my arm this high, I'm going to raise my arm this high, and I'm going to work it there. And through our strength and flexibility exercises, which come later in our exercise sessions, we'll then start to hopefully reduce that restriction unless medical intervention is required. Okay, so that's our arm circles. The next thing I'm going to do is open and close. So I'm going to open, which is throwing my thumbs back, palms up, and driving my chest forwards. And when I close, my thumbs go down and my palms out. So right now I'm right over left. On the next one, I'm going to be left over right. So I'm opening and closing like so. Okay. Next now, we're going to go into our elbows. So I'm going to reel in. And then I'm going to speed back out. Okay, then we're going to go to our wrists. So my palms are up. I'm going to rotate my palms as best I can. Around one way and around the other way. Usually 3 times each direction is enough, but it does depend on joints and what exercises are coming later, and there's many factors. Now I'm going to interlock my fingers, and I'm going to roll one way, and then I'm going to roll back the other way. Just gripping and ripping a couple of times from my fingers there, just to make sure everything's nice and functional. So what have we done so far? Our neck, our shoulders, our elbows, our wrists, and our fingers. Now I want to get into my spine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale, driving my hips forward like we did with the breath, and I'm going to exhale, touch the front, touch the middle, touch the back. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Just, we're doing our best every time. Remember, we're looking for a pain-free, full range of motion. Now I inhale as I drive my hips forward, and I exhale as I drive them back. So that's the spine forward and back. Now we're going to do the spine to the side. So my hand rotates, palm up, thumb forward, and this hand is going to try and reach that wall. This hand is going to try and reach my ankle, and this hip is going to go as far as it can that way. But it's not a fixed position. I'm just going down and coming back, and then the opposite side. Hand to the wall, hand to the ankle, hip away from the hand that's going to the ankle, okay? So that's our spine side to side. Now the spine can also twist. So to do this, I want to rotate as far around with my upper body while keeping my feet still. So I'm going to put my left hand out and I'm going to keep my eyes on my fingers. My left hand goes as far to the right as it possibly can. Now after a while I can't go any further than that with my hand. So now I turn my head as far as I can, and now I turn my eyes as far as I can. Now I'm going to repeat, right hand out, all the way around until the hand can go no further, then the head, then the eyes. Now we're going to do that without the use of the arm in a regular warm-up. So I turn as far as I can, and back, turn and back, turn and back, turn and back, okay? So that's our spine done 3 ways, forward and back, side to side and twisted. Now we go to the hips. Hip circles, all the way around one way, and all the way back the other way. Now I'm going to go to my knees. So I'm going to go in circles and change in direction. And next, my ankles and toes. So from here, I'm going to stand on my left foot. I'm going to point my right foot, lift my right foot up, point my right toes to the ground, pull my toes back, pull my foot back. Toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat that 3 times. Now I'm going to rotate my ankle or my foot one way and rotate it the other way. And the same thing on my left foot. Toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat 3 times. Roll it one way and roll it the other way. So once we've done our mindset, got into our heads what it is that we're doing in this particular exercise session, then we've done our breathing, and there's a set of different breathing exercises that we use. Then we do our body scan. We next have our neuromotor control, which I'm going to talk about in another